He loves to know what's going to go on next.
You can change your logo in the bottom left.
Yeah. It just keeps on going back and forth. Okay, so there we go.
It's
Tired. Okay, talks about CMA getting started.
How many
the
of
whole
you
9
have
yards.
actually logged in and tried to print something or do something in Breakthrough Broker? Okay.
Been in there.
I've created a couple of different flyers and things like that, and it was super easy
And
to
you
use.
used it on listing presentation.
I did
for
have
us.
it printed, but I have had problems trying to edit these downloaded presentations on my Mac. So if anybody in the room has already utilized any of these downloaded programs on a Mac, I'd love to chat.
I have.
Yeah,
So,
yes.
yeah. Okay, so here, if you go into real estate postcards, you've got the buy versus rent, which I think is great. If you're trying to talk to somebody who's renting, just sold, thinking of selling, which is a great to, yeah, if you're door knocking, just listed, luxury.
Question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, is that for onesie twosies or mass mail out or
What do you mean? one?
All the
You gotta
above.
Just print one or two
you want to
postcards.
send them a post?
Oh, yeah, you can just print one or two, or you can, print 500.
So we actually print them on our printer.
Well,
Or
you
you
wouldn't
can-
want to do a lot of them on your printer, but if you're just doing a couple, yeah. But if you're going to do large amounts, you're going to want to send it to a local printer.
You could also use these for social media.
Yep.
I printed at Staples from my computer really cheap.
Yep, there you go. That's okay. So the other, if you go down to planning, there are some checklists in here that there's lots of things in here, but I like. If you go over here to checklists. So slow. Okay, this is kind of neat. If you just have, if you're like, what can I do today to just get going? Go down here to this real estate things to do checklist. And just go down that and,
You went over that on the German intro.
yes. Here's a real estate assistant checklist, critical date checklist.
Things to do.
I mean, it's just,
They also have buyer's packets and seller's packets to just explain the process to a buyer, and it's really professionally done.
okay, so then and let me show you something too that I thought was kind of neat. Once you pull up these things, if you go back over here to your profile and go to My Marketing, it's going to show you everything you've downloaded. So here's the thinking of selling postcard, marketing action plan,
Have you
real
used these
estate
on social media?
terminology. I have not. Low inventory prospecting letter. Okay, so let's go over here to menu again. See how easy it is? Lead generation. And prospecting best practices. And here's a listing prospecting checklist, which I think is amazing.
Door knocking.
Door knocking tips. And I tell you, with spring coming up, if you're not door knocking, you are missing it.
And speaking of door knocking, everybody needs to go on our Facebook Masterminds page. Is there anybody in here that's not in our Facebook group, our private Facebook group?
You're talking about the workplace?
No, not
Mastermind?
workplace. Our Facebook Mastermind group that Jay started. And let me just say
Yes,
one quick
yes.
thing. Hang on just a second, Linda. That our Facebook group is kind of just for our Tennessee group. So if it doesn't relate to our group, do not post it in our workplace group. Because there's some other Tennessee groups, and we don't always want them to know what we're doing. about our training and all of our good stuff. So
That's
you want to
right.
make sure you post that just in our mastermind group. But anyway, back to door knocking. Everybody needs to go to our workplace group and watch the video that Mark Cairns posted yesterday on what he's doing with door knocking. It was awesome.
Yeah, yep.
Yay,
Okay.
Mark. Yay.
Okay, hang on one second, Linda. Let Paula finish just real quick.
Okay, so you're over on sales.
Yeah, so go to the menu again. And then down to Inspire.
Yeah, go to Inspire and then go over to sales. Which is where we are. And then that's the, if you look at the bottom, you'll see the 90-day sales manager that I was just talking about. And that is new content for 13 weeks.
Wait, where are you?
If you're on
Inspire.
Inspire, under menu,
Yeah. Oh,
and then
sales.
you see sales. And then you scroll to the bottom and you'll see the 90-day sales manager. That's definitely worth looking at. The other thing on here, overcoming objections, Logan just pointed out.
Yeah, that's tremendous. They have scripts on there, which that's a lot of sales is to get to the close, you have to overcome objections. So that's a really good idea of how to overcome different objections you get as a realtor.
Definitely. Working with referrals, there's a playbook on here. Which talks about how best to work your referrals. You go under lead generation to do that. So if you're on lead generation, then you're going to click on working with referrals. And you're going to go over to the referral playbook down at the very bottom. And I tell you, with eXp, it's so easy to just build that referral system up all across the country. If you have friends in Texas, say, you know what, if you're thinking about buying or selling a house, contact me. I have agents all over the country, and I can put you in touch with someone.
Right.
Or if you jump on a webinar in the cloud, then I'll send you the referral.
To recruit them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we talked about that, so I don't think we
So
have
any other questions on Breakthrough Broker?
There's a lot.
Yeah, there
There's so
is.
much.
You gotta go through every single,
Yep,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
You done?
good. Yep.
good deal. Okay, there's just about 3 or 4 more little things that we need to show you, but real quick, there's another app that I think is just really huge. Terry and I were actually thinking about purchasing it last year, and I think it was like $500 for the year. And I'm gonna let Jessica, because I know she's set it up, since my voice is kind of going away, I'm gonna let Jessica just briefly tell you about it, if you just want to stand up there. And then there's just 2 more things that we're gonna talk about. Thank you, Paula.
Yay, Paula.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Actually, Jessica, come up here since you don't mind.
How do you put that in the screen?
No, do you want me to?
No, I just had it pulled up in case. I can talk.
Okay,
We'll walk
talk.
through. Cool. Let's go to expcloud.com. So, in the tabs, if you go to Business Tools, which is the 4th tab, and then go down to Vendor Resources. If you go towards the bottom, you'll see Homekeeper app.
Yep.
I actually have not downloaded the app now I'm thinking about it, so it's obviously an app, but I utilize the website. So if you click that, it'll take you to Homekeeper for Pros, which is for the professional side. I have already set it up, but I don't know what it shows if you have it, so I'm sure you can just use your personal email, your name, password, confirm that.
We don't have anything up yet, I don't have anything.
It's a little slow, so many of us.
Yes?
Can you say it again? Yeah, 'cause we can't.
Am I not loud enough? What?
They want to see something.
It's not on the screen, so don't pay attention what's on the
Yeah.
screen.
I'm just
Just
talking
listen
it
to
through.
Jessica.
So eXp Cloud has basically everything you need. There's different tabs, you can reach everything. I go to eXp Cloud to get to my expressway, to Breakthrough Broker. It has everything. So whenever you need anything that eXp provides, just go to that website, you'll find it there. But if you go to expcloud.com, the fourth tab is Business Tools. And if you go to Vendor Resources, at the bottom of that is Homekeeper App. And then when you get to that, you just need to create an account by using your personal email, is what I use.
I think I'm supposed to use EXP.
But still had to charge me, so.
Okay. I would use your EXP email just in case, because that's how they link everything back to corporate and you're not being charged for it. So I know nobody else has probably set it up in here yet. Or has anybody set it up? I don't think so.
Set what up?
Has anybody, oh, Katina probably has. Has anybody else set up this housekeeper?
Homekeeper.
Homekeeper.
I need a homekeeper.
Yeah, me too. What place?
Which app? There's two of them show up on.
There's one for pros and there's probably one for a client.
Yeah.
Okay, listen up so we can get finished real quick.
I'll try to go through this really quickly. You can play around with it when you get home.
Okay, here we go.
I put in my information. I kind of just want to know what the website, what the app could do for me. So that's the only reason why I created it and will utilize it. So I think I wanted to add vendors. I think I clicked on Davidson County or Williamson County and it added all the vendors in that county to it. So me individually adding it. Yeah, you can add it. And sometimes the lender I use or the home inspectors I use are not in it, so I'll invite them. So you can invite vendors, have a list of vendors, and what's really great is not only when we need vendors for our current houses, we can go through here instead of asking maybe Facebook or, you could always do that, but this gives you a huge list, but you can also add your clients to it. So if you sell a house and your clients was like, well, on the home repairs, I didn't get this done, I need a handyman. Well, you're like, hey, well, there's an app that you can log in and download and log in and have access to all of these other vendors that you might need later on. And it also has a client activity tracker. So when you see that they're, I guess, maybe fixing up their home years later, you might be thinking that they might want to sell, so you can contact them there then later on. So you also have access to marketing material. But for the plan we have, you can add up to 1,000 clients. So that is the gist of it. A list of vendors, you can add your clients that can use that vendor.
I'm sorry.
I was like, and I think that's, yeah.
Okay, when I do this, I see there's 16 vendors. Have you found a way, can we erase these?
I think I looked at it, this was a while back, and I can only find a way to do it individually. I'm sure there's a faster way to do it.
Even that, okay.
Again, this is just another tool that eXp offers to us that's included in that $50 because I know that Terry and I had actually looked at this app to purchase it. Renee, didn't Coldwell Banker have this? Or? Yeah.
Man, we had it.
Okay. Okay. So any questions on that? Okay.
Now on this one, can we just put our cell phone?
No. Anything you do, you gotta remember, you're legally a realtor now. So anything that has to do with houses, anything like that, if I'm posting something about my grandkids, I'm not gonna put eXp in my office phone number. Anything like last night, I posted pictures from our get-together last night, I still had to disclose eXp Realty and office phone number.
Tammy, it won't let you put in an extension though.
Okay, I've got some notes about Breakthrough Broker and Homekeeper that we're gonna ask corporate about today. So I'll put that in an update after I get it. Okay, real quick, we, through eXp, use showing time to set up our showings on our listings. You do not have to opt into Showing Time, but it is a tool that we do have. If you use Showing Time, it's $5 a month per listing. So when you're in RealTrax and you're putting your listing in, I don't know if y'all can see this, but when you get in and you're putting in your listing, it says showing service and it's automatically pre-populating Showing Time right now. If you don't want to use Showing Time and you want every agent to call you, make sure that you have updated your MLS profile, because this is where I was telling you that a lot of agents are showing the office phone number as their preferred phone number. So what's happening is if an agent calls that 522-5306 to show Mickey's listing, Regis is not going to know about setting up that listing. So you may miss a potential showing on one of your listings. So make sure it's your cell number in there or use Showing Time. If you're utilizing Showing Time to set up your showings, once you put your listing in MLS, you need to call Showing Time with your showing instructions for that listing or log into